Oh, the Baron. Like whenever you have holidays, you just have like extra good mood. How many of you guys are like that? Like at least I am. I am. Just so you guys know, for any foreigners who
Trump's
does
trade
not
wars and
know,
tariffs were never
like this week is our public holidays. We're gonna have 5 days as public holidays for this week. So this is gonna be an extra relaxing week, and I like it. Yeah, like you could just smell in the air that everyone is having a very relaxing time, and I like it. I like it. 长得真的长得像妮妮哈，是不是被我的标题所吸引？结果进来一看，发现哈、真的长得像。然后之后你就会发现说，其实不仅长得像倪妮，而且还是个很有意思的人。所以关注我，有没有关注我？Have you followed me, my friend? Hi. How many of you are in here? Hello. Hi. Good to see so many familiar faces. Yon AJ Prince. Wait, the reason why your name is called AJ Prince is because you have lots of AJ shoes. Hi, SNM. How are you guys? You look great today, like always. Nytrix. Thank you, Hoya. Thank you. Wow, your smile is so beautiful. Hi, Bill from Texas. How's the weather in Texas? Like, we have a really, really good weather today in Shanghai. So, today I probably would just do like less than usual hours of live stream because I'm going to enjoy my day, the rest of my day. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's a really beautiful weather today. Yeah. Hi, watching from Brazil. Wow, we even have friends from Brazil. Oh, lovely. Wow. Camera is shaking. Okay, all right. Hello, hi, my friend. Wait, where about in Brazil are you from? Where about in Brazil are you from? 这个镜头老是抖。好了，不抖了。I like your energy today. Look, from Bolivia. Wow. You do look great as always. I'm from Puerto how to pronounce the second word? Alegre South. I've never been to Brazil, but I do want to go to Brazil. Yes, I actually created my own shoes made in China. Nice jewelry. Thank you, my friend. Wait, what do you mean by you have actually created your own shoes made in China? What does that mean? Come to Ghana. I've never been to Ghana. I have said multiple times I love to visit Africa. Really love to visit Africa. Africa is a wonderful place and definitely want to visit there. So many wonderful countries, right? You guys have lots of rich African culture. I do think like African culture is so fascinating, and every African art is also pretty beautiful. I have studied a little bit of African art. Like you guys tend to use lots of like warm colors because I'm the type of person who are quite extrovert. So I always like those very like vibrant kind of color. So when looking at those like African arts, like you see all those like warm orange color, like many vibrant colors. I just love all the colors there. Hi, watching from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Hello, my friend from Canada. California Riverside. Hi. 地震了吗？你的相机怎么动了？没有震，桌子在摇，所以就震了。Your eyebrows look so good. Ah, you like this eyebrows? I did myself. I draw a bit of my eyebrows. Your English is very good. Well done. Thank you, Anna. Have you followed me? Have you guys followed me? If you haven't followed me, follow me. Bill from Texas. That's so cool. What is so cool? Let me see. What is so cool? My city is called Co- Cochabamba. Have you heard about it? No, I haven't. Wait. So where is like Cochabamba? But that the name of the city sounds so cool. Like the name of the city is called Cochabamba. It's like Cochabamba. The kind of feeling. I like it. Yeah. Can you guys tell I'm actually in a pretty very good, extra good mood today? Yeah. Guys, follow me, please. Yeah. Yeah, follow me, please. Texas. Yeah, I have actually studied in Texas. Like, where else do we have? Do we have? Where else do we have? I'm from Ghana. You can come here anytime you want. Sure. Boston, USA. Oh, I haven't been to Boston also. Oh, Cochabamba is in Bolivia. Oh, Bolivia has beautiful scenery. Bolivia has beautiful scenery because I have seen like people, Chinese friends, who's been to Bolivia and like make made videos of the kind of beautiful scenery out there. It's like I remember like in Bolivia there are some places that's just like paradise, right? Do you guys have any places like looks like paradise? Like very like kind of lake, everything looks so pure and so clean. I just remember there's a place in Bolivia like that. You know, very pure, very clean, and almost just like paradise. Yeah. But that also reminds me of New Zealand. You know, I did my very first horse riding, independent horse riding. Like I ride the horse myself without the help of anyone, just basically riding on the horse all by myself. I did that my very first time in New Zealand. I remember in New Zealand that one was called Paradise Walk. How many of you guys have tried Paradise Walk? You America and Asia, I mean Shanghai, silly Siberians, two silly Siberians. I'm in Shanghai. I'm Shanghainese, my friend. I'm in my hometown. Yeah. My home country, New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand is so beautiful. Oh my God. New Zealand is like, especially the, wait, is it the north part of South? Wait, is the north or south part? New Zealand? Which one is the most beautiful one? Which one is the more beautiful one? I forgot. Wait, is it North New Zealand or South New Zealand? Hey, can you remind me, Sean? I forgot. Like I remember, like New Zealand, there's just one part of New Zealand that is so Queenstown. Wait, is Queenstown in north part of New Zealand or south part of New Zealand? Top and South Island, right? Okay, south part of New Zealand. Like just wherever you go, just randomly take a picture. It's like, oh my god, just laptop wallpaper or just like phone wallpaper, like that good. Like New Zealand is absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What country would you recommend to travel? There's so many countries I can recommend to travel. Like whenever people ask me like, hey, do you have any countries you recommend to travel, or like, you know, ask me like, hey, which cities do you recommend people to travel in China, it's always hard for me to answer because there are just literally so many good places out there, and it really depends on what you're looking for. Okay, it really depends on what you're looking for. So like you have to, like for example, tell me what are the things you like. If you like food, then there are countries and cities in China that you can go for that. If you like beautiful sceneries, then there are some other places that you can go, right? Yeah. Have you been to, what's this, Turkey? Is it Turkey, my friend? Is it Turkey, my friend? Let me see. Uh-huh. Untouched New Zealand. Exactly. Untouched New Zealand. So beautiful. Yes, Bolivia has many dreamy landscapes. The U Uyuni Salt Flat is the most popular. Yeah, I love to visit Bolivia. Well, there are so many beautiful countries in South America, like South American countries that like have so many dreamy, beautiful places. Oh, I'd love to visit there one day. Yeah, it's just like South America is so far away from China. Like you, I don't think there are like direct flights. You always have to fly first from China to United States, and then from United States to South America. So the travel itself, like one single flight, like from China to South America, might easily just take you 24 hours. Like would just cost you one day to fly there, right? So unless you have a very long holiday, otherwise, like the time you would waste on the road is going to be a lot. So that's why like it's pretty, you know not so easy. It's pretty hard for people like us to travel to South America, even though there are so many beautiful places out there. Yeah. Guys, have you followed me? Proud to be a South American. Where are you from? Like where in South America are you from, my friend? Please come Pakistan. Yeah. So here, Chinese people call Pakistan, we call them Batie, like Pakistan closest friend, something like that. Yeah. Shanghai is first one in China. Most European city looks. Yes and no. Brazil. Wow, we have another Brazilian friend. And Brazilian women are so beautiful, I have to say. Yeah, 听不懂思密达，那思密达就不对了，思密达是韩国的。那我说韩文你能听懂吗？思密达同学，太搞笑了。Yeah, come to Bolivia. It's so beautiful. It will change your life. It's eye opening. I'm pretty sure. My friend. I'm 100% sure that place is beautiful. It can definitely be eye opening and like kind of life changing. I mean, Eastern Canada. I love South America and Central America. Yeah, I think like one great thing if you guys are in the USA is definitely go visit South America. I really regretted not going to South America back then when I was in like in New York. Like I feel like if you are already in USA, then going to the south part of America is easier, right? Compared to coming from China all the way to South America, that is just going to be harder.耳环有链接吗？店铺马上开了，马上开了，开完以后就有链接了啊。好的，我现在在催我合伙人赶快上链接，耳环马上就有链接了，所以赶快关注一下哈，赶快关注一下，马上就有链接了哈。True, I went to Brazil and women are beautiful. Yeah, you actually, my favorite one of my favorite models are from Brazil. So, like, how many of you guys are have watched Victoria's Secret? Like in Victoria's Secret, there is like one famous, or actually more than one famous Brazilian models, right? The most famous one is called Angelina, and Angelina Lima. Wait, is it Adriana Lima or Angelina Lima? Wait, is it Adriana or Angelina Lima? Sorry. Yeah, Adriana Lima. Okay, Adriana Lima. Yeah, how many of you guys are her fans? Like she's absolutely gorgeous. Like she's absolutely gorgeous, right? And also apart from her, there is another girl called Alessandra, Alessandra something, Alessandra something. Like she's also beautiful. Like Alessandra has a more beautiful face, I think, compared to Adriana Lima. However, like when it comes to walking on the stage, right? Like Andrew, Adriana Lima just kind of have the kind of feeling that she's like an unstoppable queen walking on the runway. You know, yeah. There was a time in history that I really like watch Victoria's Secret. Like for example, whenever I was in the gym running on the running machine, right, I would just watch Victoria's Secret because nowadays, like many of the running machine, they have like a screen in front of you, right? You could just watch YouTube, whatever videos you want to watch, right? So back then, I just watched Victoria's Secret runway show and like running. And because like by watching all those beautiful bodies, like it will incentivize me to exercise a lot more. And I remember that's also a very interesting story. Like I remember back then, also the there is another guy like running just next to me on his own like running machine, right, inside the same gym. And it's so interesting. So like I feel like I as a girl watching Victoria's Secret is fine, right? And also I watch Victoria's Secret, right? It's as a way to incentivize myself to train my body so that my body can be the very same like Victoria's Secret models, right? However, there is a guy just next to me, and that guy is watching all the underwear. Like ladies, like very sexy lady underwear kind of advertisement. I'm not so sure like why did he want to watch like underwear, like extremely sexy lady wearing like really sexy kind of underwear, and while running, like he was running and watching all those like wearing underwear kind of advertisement kind of models girls. It's almost like, wait, I feel like maybe if he has a running machine at home, he probably would be just running at the same time watching porn, the kind of feeling, Can you imagine yourself running at the same time watching porn? It's almost like because it's gym, right? And there's no way you can watch porn while you running, right? But basically, like he's almost like that. Like the kind of underwear kind of ass he was watching was not like the kind of Victoria's Secret kind of ass, right? He was watching the kind of like kind of porny, kind of sexy, kind of like advertisement. Almost feel like I'm pretty sure like probably when he was at home like running on a running machine, probably he was just watching porn. 如果今天眼睛放光，哎呀，是不是皮卡皮卡的？Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah. So, what are the things that you would watch when you are running on a running machine, my friend? Also watch fighting content to motivate myself to working out. Yeah, I feel like, the fact that you watch like fighting content to motivate yourself to working out is very much just like me, right? I watch Victoria's Secret model runway show to motivate myself, right? For example, you watch like fighting content because you want to train your body, just like those inside those videos, right? Those fighters in the videos, because they are very strong, they have very good muscles, right? And then like for me, I was like, also watching Victoria's Secret model because they are, you know, Also like very 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 sexy, very lean, and also their body is like very fit, very healthy, right? It's unlike those kind of very skinny type of models. The models in Victoria's Secret are also like they are pretty, how to say, very fit, the kind of thing. So I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys work a lot, work out a lot? 主播说的很黄很嗨，没有黄，我都没说到真正黄的东西呢。Voting Niners fans，呀、yeah. 你这个太保守了，真的，你这个太保守了，这都叫黄？那你是没见过这个真正黄的东西。好了，不说这个了，一说这个是不是要被限流了？OK，skinny、but not always healthy. Right, skinny doesn't equal to healthy. Skinny doesn't equal to healthy. So I feel like actually how to make yourself look beautiful. Like it's actually to make yourself look healthy. So I was having breakfast. I was talking to my husband. I was saying, like, to be honest, like lots of the very, very expensive skincare products, like they claim to make you look like more beautiful, like more make your skin glow, etc. However, as a matter of fact, what's truly really makes you look most beautiful is not the external skincare products. It's always about like internal thing, like how you are able to take care of your body, like the kind of herbal tea you drink, the kind of meals you eat, right? And then also the amount of workout you do. All those kind of things that really makes the internal part of the body to um to be good. So that is actually yeah, balance in energy, yin and yang energy, like both energy, balance in and yang energy. So it's like by balancing the internal part of your body, then that's how you're able to look better. So in according to the Chinese traditional Chinese medicine system, okay, TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, drink more boba tea. No, 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 drink more boba tea is not good for health. It's not good to make you look beautiful, my friend. Yeah. Boba tea is good to make you happy because they put lots of what we call 科技与混合 in it. Yeah. So like it's always like according to the Chinese traditional Chinese medicine system, it's very important that you keep the yin and yang energy inside your body very balanced, right? So if you don't have anything part of your body like very balanced, then somehow you just look sick. Have you guys actually just look at the mirror and really observe your like the color of your skin? Like I'm not saying the color like the racial colors, okay? I'm so talking about the kind of the color of your skin. For example, when you have like one night, no, not one night stand, sorry, like the entire stayed up like all night clubbing or drink lots of alcohol, like when you just look at your skin, for example, you would notice your skin is just not as good as before, right? It's like it looks very yellow, right? Exactly. It looks like very well. Some people would look pale. Some people the skin will look darker. It does not glow at all, right? And also like you start to see yourself with eye bags and eye black circles, right? So according to the Chinese theory，刷着视频又刷到你了，刷到我了以后那就是缘分，老铁，这个缘分你可要好好珍惜啊！中国人咱们都讲究缘分，是不是？那所以是不是该点点关注，点点赞啦？Yeah. So like when you have I'm colorblind. Well, I'm saying that like when you have all those kind of for example, you didn't have enough sleep and you ate a lot of unhealthy food, after a while just notice that your skin is no longer like before. For example, you start to see the skin color to be a lot darker, and like Chinese people say it becomes yellow, right? And start to have big eye bags and also like dark circles, eye circles. So as a result of that, then what happened is that you don't look as beautiful as before, right? So that is like what happens. Like that is the result of having not balanced kind of body, right? 可能脾胃虚啦、肝虚啦、什么什么虚啦，一虚完之后，整个人就垮了，对吧？So, like the most beautiful thing is not to apply all the skincare products. The most beautiful, what's the like the kind of products that can make yourself look more beautiful is about like having the internal treatment of yourself, like to make your body very balanced according to traditional Chinese medicine system, right? And also follow a very healthy routine, right? Eat healthy food, drink healthy water, healthy herbal tea, and also like regular workout, right? By doing all of that, that is how you're able to make yourself healthy. As long as you are healthy, like you would just appear to be beautiful, right? Your skin start to glow, like everything starts to be very different. Yeah. Yeah. So 主播凭实力，早上的人气排名一般能进30。谢谢 Little Earth 还帮我打广告哈，确实凭借实力是吧？Yeah, guys, follow me please. Okay, exactly, right? You guys are yeah. I have yin yang balance to perfection. My skin glows. Oh, I'm so jealous of you, my friend. I'm so jealous of you. So from time to time, like my skin just don't balance, or my yin and yang just don't get balanced a lot. So yesterday I took a whole day off, right? Had a completely rest. Basically just slept the whole day yesterday. And also for the time that I was not sleeping, I also did some like self-caring. For example, I have showed you guys about the gua sha, right? Gua sha, like basically just use like a gua sha ban, like something like this. This is a comb, right? But I'm saying a specific type of like ban, a plate, right? Something like this shape of this thickness, and then you start to just do all those kind of you know brushing your skin, and that is helping you to enhance your blood circulation of your entire body, and that is good. Yeah, beautiful wife like Nytrix make you beautifully and family. Feeling good starts from within. Exactly, you're so right. So it's always good to like it's always a better thing to to help you look more beautiful, which is start from the within. So as long as you have a good within, that's how you're able to have a good without. Okay, that is actually pretty wrong to say it, but like what I'm saying, like you guys get it, right? So it's always about taking really good care of yourself, and then like your skin start to glow and you look more beautiful, right? Yeah. The skin looks bad when your sleep pattern is all over the place. Exactly, exactly. So what do you do outside red note? Ooh, okay. Yeah. So like I myself am an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. So I have several like startup projects I'm running. So recently, the kind of startup projects I'm running now is a cross-border e-commerce. Well, actually, just e-commerce, both not cross-border and cross-border e-commerce. So the very first store that I just opened is accessory store, like these kind of earrings you see, this kind of rings you see. These are the kind of the stuff that I'm gonna just sell on my website. And yeah, gua sha. Yes, Louis the Cat, you're right. Gua sha. So yesterday I did gua well, not gua sha actually. I thought it was not gua sha, but when I really did it, it was like really how to say it? I forgot this word again. I have actually googled it yet before. It's lymphatic, lympha, lympha, lymphatic, lymph, oh lymph, 淋巴系统怎么说？lymphatic system. Yeah, I'm right. Lymphatic system. So I was doing some like you guys know like there's like lymphatic system in over here, right? So like one of the great things you can do, especially for ladies, like you could just do this, right? I actually show you before because these are the lymphatic kind of system in here. Also, there's a bone in here, right? So lymphatic system is also here. You could also do something like this. These are all good for increasing the blood circulation and increase the lymphatic system in your body. Okay, so once you have, because like we know like lymphatic system is the kind of system that helps us to detox, right? Lymph nodes, exactly, there are lots of lymph nodes in here, right? So lymphatic system is the kind of system that actually helps us detox. So that's why, like for example, when we eat chicken, when we eat duck, like we always say that we don't eat the lymphatic system area of chicken and duck because these are the areas that has lots of toxics in it, right? Yeah. So when it comes to our body, our lymphatic system, 我先下了一会儿洗脸，我爸来带和我姑上柳河玩啊，玩的开心啊，玩的开心，宝宝，Yeah。So we have like lymphatic system in here, right? And also lymphatic system in here. So yesterday what I did is I used the gua sha plate and did some like lymphatic system like massage by myself. Put some massage oil in it and I start to do this. I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna show you guys. And after a while, and I start to have this. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see it? This is called 出痧. Can you guys see it? Yeah, I did it yesterday. So it's very interesting. So like for this size, you don't have a lot. You don't have a lot. I don't like have a lot. So I use the same strength. I use the same strength to gua sha, like do it here, to increase the blood circulation, like around the lymphatic system area. So like, and here you see, do you guys see it? This is pretty severe. And also this is also like Chinese traditional Chinese kind of is that a tattoo? No, that's not a tattoo, my friend. It's not a tattoo. Some foreign friends asking me if that is a tattoo. That is not tattoo, and those are not love bites, my friend. Not tattoo, not love bites, okay? It's like when you start to massage yourself, like by doing all those gua sha, like you start to have all of that. For example, this is like the Chinese traditional Chinese kind of routine, okay? Chinese kind of self-treatment routine, like which is by just using the guasha like my guasha is not here, like it's over there, yeah. So it's not strawberry, my friends. No, these are not strawberry and not love bites, my friend. Yeah, yeah, all occipital lymph nodes benefit from that kind of treatment. Exactly. Well, you can actually do a lot of that. Be careful, bruises on your neck is not healthy. So like in according to traditional Chinese medicine system, so you have to increase the blood circulation, and you can tell from the color of those bruises to see how good your body is. So the best color of the bruises are actually like the pinkish, a little bit pink. That is good. So for this, like kind of this is like almost dark purple. This is not good. Okay, so this actually means that my body has lots of toxic, so we have to do all those detox, select those kind of toxic things going out, right? So there's not lots of good blood circulation, so we have to increase the blood circulation around this area, so that after the blood circulation is all good, then you start to feel less pain. And also I remember before, there was one time that like my husband suffered greatly from all those 湿气太重了，真的，我湿气真的很重. Suffer from lots of those what we call 上火, which means that he has too much heat inside his body, right? He started to have like red eyes, and also he started to, you know, feel some like feel like he has a little bit of like a little bit tiny bit of high temperature, something like that, because he has like too much heat in his body. So basically what I did back then was I helped him did all the gua sha, like using the gua sha ban, like help him do everything. Like he just lie down on the bed. I help him to gua sha on his back. It was so interesting. Like you guys can have a try. Okay, my foreign friends can have a try. That just first of all apply some massage oil so that you don't hurt the skin. Okay, you don't hurt the skin. So and then you start to use a little bit of a gua sha ban and start to do something like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, something like this. And like there is also some pattern at the back you can do. First of all, you start in the middle, like going from up and down, and then like there is also a bone like in the back, right? And then you would go like uh along the outside area of the bone, like doing something like this, like start to from top to down, top to down. That is how you're able to remove the toxic. So I did a little bit of study yesterday, and they say that if you go from up to down, that means you're releasing all the toxic. And if you go from down to up, it means that you're gonna add energy to your body. So you have to really see what kind of body status you're right in right now. 咱中医在国外有流行吗？好像有一些老外还挺喜欢中医的啊，多讲讲。我是一个中医迷哈，我是一个中医迷，我真的很喜欢中医的各种东西，我觉得是真的有用。Yeah. So if you goes up from, for example, so here, this is what we call 肺经, 肺经. So outside of arm, so one way of judging, what is this, what is called this, there's a lion here, 经 how to say 经? What we in Chinese, we call like nerve system. Yeah. Um, so there's one way we call it is a lung nerve, what we call it here and here. So what we do, you do like this, okay? You put your palm upwards, and there's a line in here, like you do something like this, okay? So this line is called like the lung line. So this is good for your lung. Yeah. Does your husband give you massage? Tell him to. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he does. For example, when we were out traveling, right? When we were out traveling, and for example, if we are hiking, because he has a better body than I do, he has like bigger, stronger perseverance than I do. So that's why, like when we were out hiking, like usually I would be the one who feel very tired, but he's not so that's why like whenever we went back to the hotel, then he was help me to do some bit of a massage, which is pretty nice and pretty cool. Yeah. Do all Chinese people use TCM? Many people do, if not all, like every one of us have actually, well, all the people I know have actually tried TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, because it really worked. It really worked. Yeah. 中医在国外一般只有富人才能用，但其实中医很多东西自己可以自己调，也不需要去看医生才能调嘛。Yeah. So, like for example, you can actually really observe your body and really helps. For example, if you're having lung problems, so this is the thing you can do, right? Outside in here, all the way to the thumb. Okay, all the way to the thumb. You can do this. You can do this. And when you start to like do this, like 你开始刮了, when you start to brush your arm like this, right? You can feel like some part of it is blocked. It's not always smooth. For example, like for me, like when I did this, I can feel like there is this part of this arm is a little bit blocked. So that's why you have to just keep brushing this area and until it's not blocked, and until all the way down below and to the end of your thumb. So that this is the lung line, okay? So there are also liver line, also kidney line in your body. So these are all very good lines. So when you do all those kind of things, you will notice the color of the skin. For example, for this like pinkish kind of color, it means healthy. It means healthy. However, if you look at this kind of color, right? This kind of almost like purple kind of color, this is not healthy. Yeah, if you don't have any color at all, like you have not done it, right? It's like white, it's like nothing happens, that's also not good, right? So like the color, like after you do it, actually tells something. For example, when you start to brush all those like the nerve lines I said, right? So this is the lung line, and also inside your inner thigh. Okay, your inner thigh, that is the liver line, and outside your thigh, that is 胆经. How to say 胆呢? How to say 胆呢? 胆经. And then, so like, for example, when you start to do all those brushing, and if you notice, like if the color is like no color at all, that means that your body is too weak. Okay, too weak. And if you notice the color is like this, I showed you guys, right? It is, if it's like almost like dark purple, that means that you're having too much toxic and too much heat and too much humidity inside your body, which is also not good. The best is like this, is like pink. Yeah. 我一边刮痧一边听直播。对，我昨天下午刮了大概2个小时吧，就是这边刮，yeah. So I did this kind of a massage essay to myself for like almost 2 hours. Like for example, first start from the lymphatic system in here, right? Lymphatic systems in here, like this and this, like lymphatic system like here, right? And then later on started with this like a lung nerve lines in here, and then later on started then later on followed with the liver line, the inner thigh, all the way to the inner 小腿. How to say 小腿? Yeah, and also the outside, your outside the outside, well, outside. Wait, the how to say 外边? My goodness, my brain is running out of vocabulary. Yeah, and then your wait, 突然间一下子想不起来了. The outside part of your thigh, right? Yeah. So like every part of I did all those kind of self massage. Wait, 我靠，怎么办？这一下子想不起来这词怎么讲了？这个应该是一个很简单的词啊，腿外缘，外侧腿。我靠，怎么一个这么简单的词都想不起来了？真的是今天的这个脑子不太对劲啊。Outer thigh, yeah, outer thigh, yeah, outer thigh, yeah. Can you share with us if in China? Wait, can you share with as if in China is legally GMO in food? Wait, what's this question? I have no idea what this question is about. Wesley, can you elaborate more about it? Yeah. 还可以塑造下颚线，对，那个刮痧呀，你如果要塑造这个下颌线的话，就是刮这里，真有用，非常有用。Yeah, 真的非常有用. It actually really helps if you want to have a have a sharper chin and clear chin line. Like one of the great thing is just use the gua sha ban to do something like this, right? There is a particular kind of button that can help you, a plate, a Chinese kind of plate that can help you do this. So that after a while you do notice that your like chin line is like a lot clearer than before. Yeah, a lot clearer. It really helps, okay? My friend, this is not superstitious. It does help a lot. Yeah, you can have a try. For example, in the morning, but never do it without applying any massage oil to your face, okay? There's like some brands that sell specifically like facial massage oil, okay? So first of all, apply some facial massage oil. I have actually showed you guys multiple times before. Like you can actually do this, or you don't have any of those kind of play. Just do it with your fingers, right, or your hand. Like just do something like this. Like just, but make sure like no wrinkles. Like do something like this, and you can go all the way down because that's the lymphatic system, right? Do all the way, go up, and go all the way down. That is the lymphatic system. Yeah. So after that, then you're gonna be like good. Yeah. Yeah. Uh huh. What happened if you didn't pay your house mortgage payment in China? Uh-huh. Well, if you don't pay your house mortgage payment and the mortgage is not due, then just like any other banks in the world, then the bank will just take back the house because you when you apply for mortgage, you actually used your house to be the collateral, right? So what happens then is they're just gonna sell your house to pay back the kind of mortgage you applied before. So the same kind of thing that happens just like in other countries. So that's why people would avoid that by, for example, if they notice there is some financial like difficulties, they probably would consider just moving to a smaller apartment, just rent the apartment to others and use the kind of rent they earned to pay the mortgage. Some people do that. Yeah. Genetically modified organs. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by that? Let me see back your question. Yeah, I don't quite know. Can you share with me? Is legally genetic modified organs in food? Oh, actually, I don't know about that. I don't think our genetic those kind of thing is legal. I don't think that is legal. I don't think that is legal. 我们的转基因食品是合法的吗？有没有中国的宝宝可以告诉我？我怎么印象当中中国转基因的食品是不合法的？How come like in my memory？呀，我说中国啊，对啊，中国人呢？中国人呢？为什么我记得 GMO 是不合法的？Yeah, somehow I have this kind of impression that like genetically modified kind of food is not legal here. It's not legal in here. Yeah, it is strictly extremely regulated in China. I don't think it is legal. Yeah. Does China still struggle with overpopulation? Well, we do have a lot of population. So like so what we wouldn't say like struggle with because nowadays like okay, these are all social phenomenon kind of topic, okay? So when you say like struggle with overpopulation, it comes to another topic which is birth rate control, right? So before, in order to control the birth rate, because we have a lot of population, is by having single child policy. Nowadays, parents are even not having enough. People are not even having enough kids, just like a poster said, right? So it's not a problem. Overpopulation is not a problem. As a matter of fact, like aging has become a problem, right? Aging population has become a problem. So people are encouraged to have more children than before, then so that like we would have like more younger people born and join the society. Yeah, so that's what's going on right now. Yeah. 不是外籍华人，中国人啊，中国人宝宝，我是中国人，纯种中国人，正宗血统的中国人。中国人里面有讲英文讲的很好的，是不是为你的同僚同胞而感到骄傲、感到开心啊？Yeah, yeah, that's the kind of question. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, 感觉不是本土出生的中国人，为什么？因为看着很洋气是吗？我以为我想着还是这个把所有的你们说的话都当成一种称赞，这样就会让我觉得比较的开心啊。Yeah. The Chinese also got rich from Bitcoin. Why? What are you saying? Yeah, the world will end from sheer boredom. What? The one child policy was the biggest. Who will pay the aging population pension now? Lots of debate around that. Lots of debate around that. To be honest, 化妆片欧美风，我都没怎么化妆啊。 请都没怎么化妆，我花了2分钟化了个妆。链子和耳环都很好看，对，很多人都说这个耳环。Yeah, many people really like this pair of earrings. So very soon you guys will be able to buy it because the store on Red Note will be open very soon. Okay, so very soon you guys will be able to get this pair of earrings. Yeah. It seems like every wealthy country is having population drop problems. Exactly, you're so right. Yeah. 欧美妆造喜欢把自己眼睛画成眯眯眼，我不是把自己画成眯眯眼，就是我本身就长了个眯眯眼。本身眼睛就长这样呀，还是挺有中国特色的。I consider myself like the kind of eyes I have is pretty Asian style, pretty Chinese style. Like especially when I smile, I seem to have those kind of very Asian style kind of eyes, right? But I didn't do it on purpose. Like I was not like just doing the makeup so that I can make this eyes look longer. It's natural that my eyes are like that, my friend. Oh, there's also a very interesting joke. Okay, very interesting story about myself. When I was born, okay, when I was born with my eyes closed. And like my eyes are like I have very long eyes, okay, very long eyes. Like eye lines are like pretty long. And so my mom was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have a baby with a beautiful, beautiful big eyes because you look at her eyes. Like her eyes has such a long eye lines, but it's always closed. It's always closed. It's like very long, right? You would imagine when the eyes open, then the eyes will be like this, like very big eyes, right? Because you have like very long eyes. So when it's open, it should be like open very, very big, right? So she was like really imagining, right? Oh, okay, when the baby really opened her eyes, like she's gonna have a very big pair of beautiful eyes, right? That was her like expectation on me when she saw me with extremely long eye lines, right? However, after 1 month, my eye was not open. And after 2 months, my eye was not open. After 3 months, my eyes was finally open and it was open like this. And then she was like, oh my God, I gave up. It's not because like my daughter has big eyes that she has like very long eyes. Maybe it's because like she has pretty long eye lines. That's why like she has a very small eyes because like for other people when have a shorter eye lines, their eyes are big, right? Because when I have like big eye lines, like your eye shape, the shape of your eyes is gonna like stretch, so that's why you're not gonna have very big eyes. So like my eyes was like very small when I was little. It was a really funny kind of story, yeah. So I still don't consider my eyes to look big nowadays, even though it's like kind of okay, along the years, because my mom has like really big eyes. My mom has really big eyes, so she thought like I would look like her. So however, when I was little, I looked exactly just like my dad. I looked so much just like my dad. I was like the twin of my dad. Yeah, how many of you go? How many of you guys look like your dad or like your mom? How many of you like look really like your dad, like a copycat of your dad? Yeah, there is a saying that daughters tend to look like the dad and sons tend to look like the moms. Yeah. So back then I looked like my dad, so much like my dad. But my mom has bigger eyes, so when I was little, my eyes I was like pretty small. And however, like when I grow up and I started to look like my mom. For example, nowadays, many people when they see me, they say, "Hey, you look like your mom." Oh, okay. By just looking at your mom and you, I could immediately tell that you guys are mother daughter. A lot of people saying that. However, when I was little, I looked like just like my dad. It was like, my mom had a baby that has nothing that looks like her, but everything just looks like my dad. I was like that. But when I grow up, I started to look like my mom. So eventually I was glad that because I started looking like my mom, so my eyes become bigger. And like when I was little, like my eyes are like really, really small. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Did you study abroad? Yes, I did study abroad, my friend. Yeah, I was live streaming here in Shanghai, my friend. Yeah. So like I study abroad. I did my master degree in London School of Economics, and I also did an exchange program in UT Austin. Mm. I don't mean to be a problem. I'm sorry. What are you sorry about, my friend? Yeah, more than the whole world combined. What are you talking about? My mom was better looking. Your mom is better looking, and you look like your mom, or you look like your dad. Were you able to look like um the better looking part of your parents? Yeah. Okay, I look like my dad. Okay, many people say they look like their dad. Yeah. 我们很强大啦，需要有民族文化的自信啊！认同，认同，认同，认同。I hear that China is one of the 19 countries in the world that ban GMO, which is amazing. Yeah, I somehow remember that here, like GMO food is banned. Like I don't really remember we have it. I remember seeing on the news. So there was a period of time that was not banned, but somehow from like remember 1 year, all of a sudden it was all just banned. It was all just banned because there is some scientific study that says like eating genetic modified kind of food could actually cause cancer. Yeah, so that's why like from 1 year, like everything was completely the genetic modified was completely banned. Yeah. You're so pretty. Have you followed me, my friend? Have you followed me? I want to visit Shanghai. What should I know? If you want to visit Shanghai, then just come. There are like beautiful places in here. Just do a bit of research. Well, first of all, definitely don't come during the public holidays. Okay, definitely don't come during the public holidays. So to be honest, my original plan for this public holiday was going to Yiwu, was actually going to Yiwu. Unfortunately, I was not able to go there because, uh, the day before yesterday in the evening, and me and my husband, we were really studying which train ticket should we buy. Oh, it's not completely banned, but it's restricted, right? Okay. Wow, Lee the cat. Is there anything you don't know about? You know so much more about China than I do, I feel like. Yeah, so I was like really studying about how to go and really study which train ticket to book. And both of us were studying, and we find that because it's public holidays right now and people just go out and traveling all at the same time, there was no train ticket for you to book at all. There's no train ticket. So if either there was train ticket for you to go, right? For example, we could just go like the third day of the holiday. However, then there's no ticket to return on the fourth day and the fifth day. Or you could just like find tickets to go back on the third day, right? However, there's no ticket for you to go there on the first and second day of the holidays. So there is no way for me to go. So eventually we have to give up this idea of going to Yiwu because literally there were just no tickets at all, like no tickets. So we even thought about like just buying some ticket. For example, you first travel to one city and then you would just go from that city to Yiwu, and then that was not possible also either. So, like, one thing you need to know for coming to China is just don't come during the public holiday because you're literally just only going to see people in here. Yeah. GMO papaya and cotton cotton is approved for commercial growing. Wow, GMO papaya, but that's for eating, my friend. Wait, so you are you saying like GMO papaya is for eating? GMO grain for animal feed. Wait, so you say like GMO is allowed as long as they are for animal feed, right? But what about for human eating? GMO food for human also allowed? I don't think that is allowed in here in China. Yeah. There's a question about do I need a visa from USA? So Muji, do you really like Muji? Yeah, I like Muji as well. The products they produce are pretty comfortable. Yeah. So, like my friends from USA, you don't need a visa to come in here. Okay, starting from December last year, I have said multiple times. Starting from December last year, like USA friends, American friends can come to China visa free. So you could do is by just purchasing a flight directly from USA. You have to strictly follow what I say. Okay, you have to strictly follow what I say, and that is how you're able to enjoy your trip here in China visa free. Okay. So first off, fly from USA directly to one of the cities in mainland China, either Beijing or Shanghai, okay, or Shenzhen. So these are the most popular places for people to travel directly from USA to China, okay? So fly from your city directly to Beijing or Shanghai or Shenzhen, okay? And then you're gonna be able to spend 10 days without visa in China, but you have to make your last destination to be Hong Kong. Okay. Just make sure you go to Hong Kong after you have spent the 10 days in China, mainland China. And also, when you come in to mainland China, also show the people, the governors at the custom that you are going to make Hong Kong as your final destination. Because by doing that, you're showing the people in here that you're transiting in mainland China. And as long as you're transiting in mainland China and you're American passport holder, you don't need any visa. Okay, you don't need to apply for visa to come in here. Okay, yeah. So that is how visa fee. 我在深圳，哎呀，Harry 你在深圳，你为什么会看洋抖啊？你不是应该看小红书或者看中文抖音吗？为啥会看洋抖啊？Yeah. Why do you have to end it in Hong Kong? Like I said, because like this 10-day visa free is a transit visa. Okay, it's a transit visa. So you have to show the people in here that your last destination is not mainland China. Okay, so Hong Kong is not part of mainland China, even though it is part of China, it is not part of mainland China. So by making Hong Kong or Macau your last destination, you're showing that you are transiting in mainland China, because after your visit in mainland China, you will be going to Hong Kong. And Hong Kong is another place that is not considered to be part of mainland China. So you're doing that in a transit way. Okay. You could also make your last destination to be Japan, Vietnam, or Thailand, any other countries, as long as you're showing people in here that you're transiting in mainland China. Then that's how you're able to do it. Yeah. So I hope this explains it. Okay. An English speaking mouth. 然后也是一个中文说话的嘴巴。Okay, yeah, guys, follow me, please. Okay, have you guys follow me? Yes, some for human. I did research on that recently. Wow. Okay, interesting to know. Louis the cat. Ah, Louis the cat. Like, there may be one time we need to do the testing to see if there is anything you don't know. Yeah, like I feel like now the kind of impression I have on you is that you know everything. You're just like the god. Like you know everything. My goodness. Yeah, and I'm so happy to have you as my friend. Yeah. When you leave, do you have to leave in Hong Kong? Well, you could actually leave mainland China. You can actually leave mainland China, but just don't fly back directly from mainland China to your own country. Okay, just don't fly from mainland China directly to USA. For example, you come from USA to Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, etc., and then you fly directly from mainland China, like Shenzhen, directly to USA. That's not okay. That's not okay because you are not transiting in China. Okay, you're not transiting in mainland China. However, if you make Hong Kong to be your last destination, or like after you visit all the cities in mainland China and then you decide to visit Japan before coming back to your own country, so just don't make the country you come from to be the same country you fly to. Okay, for example, you come from America, then don't fly back directly, okay? Just fly to some other places. You have to prove that you're transiting in mainland China, okay? Yeah. For most Europeans, you don't need to do this until end of 2025, at least 15 days. I'm not so sure about that. I think it's also 10 days. I don't think there is like 15 days of the transit visa. Yeah. Why not? This is confusing. Is it confusing, Chris? Okay, I'm gonna explain it again. Okay, I'm gonna explain it again. Okay, so how are you able to travel here in China visa free? Which is like, for example, if you are from one country, like USA, let's say, for example, if you live in New York, okay, let's say you live in New York and you want to visit China without applying for visa. So how you need to plan your trip is you don't fly from USA to mainland China and book your trip like you're gonna return to USA. Just don't do a round trip, okay? Because the 10-day visa free, that is a transit visa. What does a transit visa mean? It means that you're transiting in this country. So majority of the countries would allow, like for example, 3-day transit visa. Some countries allow 24-hour, like 1-day transit visa. What China did is like we allowed for 10 days transit visa. So you can use the 10 days transit visa to stay in China for 10 days. So what does transit visa mean? Transit visa means that you're transiting in a country. It doesn't mean that you're gonna just go to this country and go back to your country. Transit visa means that you come to this country, spend some time in this country, and then you fly to another country. That is called transit visa. Okay, you get it? Transiting visa, that is called transit visa. So China allows 10 days transit visa. Okay, that is called transit visa. So the moment that you arrived in China, you have to prove to the custom here in China that you are transiting. Okay, you're transiting. As long as you can prove that you're transiting in mainland China, then they will allow you to come in here and then stay in China, mainland China for 10 days, just like a transiting flight, exactly QPI. Yeah, exactly QPI. So that is how you're able to do that. Okay. So if you are from USA, for example, you fly to mainland China. Okay, so for example, you like just forget about the 10 days, okay? Like we have all done this. Like we have transit in one city. Like for example, I fly to a city first. For example, if I want to go to USA, I would transit in Korea, say for example, then I would first fly to Seoul, right? For example, and then I get off the plane and wait for 2 hours. And then I get onto another flight from Seoul to New York. And that means I'm transiting in Seoul, right? I'm transiting in Korea in Seoul in order to fly to USA, right? So that just means that I'm transiting, okay? However, I cannot stay inside Seoul or live in Seoul if I don't prove to it that I am not transiting in there, right? I cannot get into Seoul, just say that, okay, hey, you know what? I cannot prove you that I'm going to USA afterwards and I don't have any Korea visa and I'm all of a sudden just come in here, right? They would only allow you to be in here on the condition that you can prove that you're only transiting in Seoul and you're going to fly to another country after visiting Seoul and leaving Seoul for another place. Okay? That means a transiting visa. Okay? So what happens in China is that, okay, for other foreigners, you can come to mainland China and transit and go to another country. It just so happens that for other countries, the transiting period is only 3 days. Sometimes it's only like 1 day, right? Here in China, starting from December last year, we said for 54 countries, we allow this transit period to be around 10 days, okay? Around 10 days. And during the transit period, we not only allow you to stay inside the airport, we also allow you to get into the border and travel inside China for 10 days and then you can leave. Okay? Okay, do you guys understand it? Do you understand and do you guys understand it? So like you guys can then do what? Like fly to mainland China, right? And stay in here and just have fun for 10 days and then you know, fly to a fly to a third place. So your country is the first place, right? And then you fly to mainland China, and that is your transit, and that is the first place you're going. And you're going to the third place after your visit in mainland China. That's the third place, okay? So by the moment that you're arriving in China, you prove to the Chinese custom that you're transiting in here because you show them the air ticket that you're going to fly from later on from mainland China to a third place, a third city, a third country. Okay, so as long as you're able to prove to them that you're transiting in China, then they allow you to stay inside mainland China for 10 days and you don't need to apply for any visa in advance. Okay, yeah, is that clear enough, my friend? Yeah, getting a China visa and then Canada is very easy and expensive. Yeah, I know. Like in many places, many countries, getting China visa is not like hard at all, and it's pretty cheap. Yes, we understand. Yeah, but 10 days is too short for traveling and stay 3 weeks in Japan. I know, especially for a large country like China. 10 days is too short. However, that is good for people to have a small taste about China if they are on in here for same for time for they're in here for just for the very first time. Yeah, Chris, you can also apply for a visa. Like I saw you comment, you said that because you're not going to any other place. So that's why I suggest to you that you could also do this by making Hong Kong to be your last destination. Because Hong Kong is not part of mainland China. So by showing the Chinese custom that you're flying to Hong Kong after your 10 days visit in mainland China, that is also considered to be a transiting, okay? That is also considered to be transiting. So the moment you arrived in China and you showed Chinese custom that after your 10 days visit in mainland China, you're going to fly to Hong Kong afterwards. So even though Hong Kong is also part of China, right? But that is not part of mainland China, okay? So you could say that I'm flying to Hong Kong and I'm going to make Hong Kong my last destination. I'm transiting in mainland China in order to get to my final destination, which is Hong Kong. So by doing that, you can also enjoy the 10-day visa-free kind of trip in China. So that's what I'm suggesting. Okay, yeah. Is it rainy in July? Depends on where you go, my friend. It really depends on where you go. Okay, China is a big country, so it's just very same. Like if you ask, like, is it rainy in July in the U.S.? Right, it's hard to say because really depends on which state you go. Here we call it province, right? Depends on which province you go. Some province can be really, really with heavy rains. For example, July is the rainy time, rainy season in Shanghai. You either have like extremely hot days or you're gonna have like really rainy days in Shanghai. So probably not so good. However, if you look at some other areas in China, then the weather can be pretty nice. Okay. Yeah. 10-year multiple entry visa to China from Canada is, I think, less than 600 US dollars. Yeah, that is pretty okay, right? That is not like too expensive. 30-day visa exempt for 38 countries, including European ones. Japan since 30 November 24th. Exactly, Polo. So there are 38 countries. That includes, I remember, New Zealand, Australia, Japan, like 38 countries altogether. Like if you're a citizen from 38 countries, then you don't need to come to China using the transit visa way, okay? You just come directly in here and you just can just go back to your country, enjoy 30-day visa-free travel in here. So what are the 38 countries that has like 30-day visa, and what are the 54 countries that has the 10-day transit visa? You guys can check my post. Just go to my homepage. I made a post specifically about that, both on Rednote and also on TikTok. You guys just go to my homepage and just scroll down, and you'll be able to see a video that specifically explained what are the 30-day countries, what are the 10-day countries. Okay. Yeah. So, can I fly to Xiamen, then train to Hong Kong? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can, Ryan Campbell. So, just do this. Okay. You just book your flight from your country to any places within mainland China. And then the moment you arrive in custom, you show them that on the last day, if you're visiting mainland China, that you have already booked your train ticket from Xiamen to Hong Kong. And that is a pretty fast trip as well, right? From Xiamen to Hong Kong probably only takes 3 hours. Well, I think less than 3 hours, right? So like you just show them that okay, you're actually gonna go to Hong Kong after your trip in Xiamen. So like by that you're already proving that you have like you're doing transit trip in mainland China. Yeah. Can I gain citizenship through marriage? I'm pretty sure you can't. Chinese citizen extremely hard to get. Yeah. Let me see. What are the other comments I missed? I think closer to $450 on average. Uh-huh. Louis the Cat, have you applied? Apply, come in here. I love to greet you here in China. Seriously, I'm very curious about you. I really want to see you and know you in person. Yeah. So, like for American friends, Canadian friends, you guys can actually just come to apply for a 10-year visa. Okay. After apply for a 10-year visa, it's not like very hard to apply. It's very easy to apply. You just apply for a 10-year visa. And what you can do afterwards is that just apply for this 10-year visa. And afterwards, then you can just, you know, have like multiple entry to China whenever you want to. You feel like coming to China, you can just come to China. Yeah. And that is like not so hard to do. That's not so hard to do. Yeah. Let me see what's the other comments you have in here. 9月，你这个真的是还关注的很细致啊！你说的我都不好意思了。我以前做过激光的，不过最近有一些疏于管理了，马上回去刮一刮哈。嗯。I'm really tempted, but my next 3 trips are already booked. Oh, where are you going for the next 3 trips? Yeah. You will get used to her, give her a chance, and she slows down. What was she saying? 酷小子. What's she saying? You could permanent residency. Permanent residency is also pretty hard to get. It's also pretty hard to get. I have shared multiple times. I remember reading a data which says over the past 10 years, only 9,000 people and 9,000 foreigners get PR. So it's not that, I don't think it's very easy to get PR. Yeah, not to mention about the citizenship. Yeah, let me see what the other comments we have in here. So yes, I can stay for 10 executive years without leaving China. No, you can't. So I think what they do is that you can have the 10 years visa that allows, well, it depends on what kind of visa you apply. Okay. If you apply, so the 10 consecutive years visa, so the 10-year China visa is a tourism visa. And for every entry into China, I think you can stay for around 30 days or 90 days, really depends on the visa they grant you. Okay. So if it's a 30-day, so every time And within the 10 years, every time you come to China, you can stay for 30 days. But they also have like 90 days options. That means that you can stay in here for 90 days. Okay, so after the 30 days, then you have to return to your country or go to some other places and stay for a while until you can come back to China again for your next 30-day trip in China. Okay, so it's not like you can stay in here for 10 consecutive years without leaving China. It's not like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Italy, France, Greece, and Japan. I'm scattering my grandfather's ashes in two countries. Oh, okay. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss. But that sounds so cool. Like scattering your grandpa's ashes in two countries. That sounds so cool. So like he can have like his spirits to visit like the beautiful places, other beautiful countries, right? Yeah. I'm a U.S. citizen and will return to USA soon, but I want to visit China meanwhile. Any advice? Hey, where are you, my friend Dizzy? You say you will return to USA soon, but where are you right now? Are you in China right now? That's why you say that I want to visit China meanwhile. Like, what do you mean by visit China meanwhile? Where are you? Yeah, I'm curious to know. Why can't I stay 10 consecutive years with a 10-year visa? Explain, please. Because that is a tourism visa. That is a tourism visa. So, tourism visa means you're going to be in the country as a tourist. You're not going to be there to just stay there and work. Okay. So for every country, I think for every country, once it is like tourism visa, they would only allow you, I think, around 90 days maximum. Okay, you don't see a country to give someone a tourism visa that allows one person to travel for like 1 year, more than 1 year. That is pretty rare to see. The reason why every country would have visa, okay, my friend, the reason why every country has a visa, like why we ask foreigners to apply for a visa is for like very obvious reasons, which is to control the number of people they have inside the country and also to control who are able to come and stay inside the country, right, my friend? So if you say like anyone, as long as they apply for a 10-year visa, then they are able to live in China for 10 years. Then like so many people would then just apply for a 10-year visa and just stay in China for 10 years, right? That would be hard for this country to manage all the people coming in here and stay in here, right? So this is a very complicated kind of issue, right? For example, if you don't have enough control of what kind of people can come in here and stay in the country, then what happens? Like, for example, if you don't control, the quality of people come in here, there might be some like criminals come in here, right? That would just later on increase the crime rate in here in this country, right? And also, if you have this is the first problem, right? And also, the second problem is, for example, if you allow tourists, like any foreigners, come in here, as long as they use the tourism visa, they can stay in here for 10 years. Then they for sure they were just gonna find a job in here, right? And that is gonna cause impact to the job market, right? We have shared multiple times before, right? I said that in Hong Kong, there are a lot of Filipino maids who are fantastic, who are amazing, who are willing to work for an extremely cheap salary, like very low salary, right? Every month it's like, just less than 700 US dollars. They're able to just work as a full-time maid, take care of your kid, cook meals for you, right? Clean your room and just run all the errands you ask her to do, basically everything. And they're just gonna rest one day out of a week, and like at such a cheap price, right? However, if you say that, what, nowadays we allow anyone to be able to stay in China for 10 years, consecutive 10 years in China by just using a very simple tourism visa, what happened? Obviously those the Filipino maids would definitely come to mainland China, and for sure, like I myself would love to hire Filipino maids, right? I have seen so many of my Hong Kong friends have like amazing Filipino maids out there. I love to hire Filipino maids, and what I would do, I would definitely be willing to pay more than 700 US dollars to have amazing Filipino maids to work at my home, right? But what happens then? Then the fact that they're coming in here so easily would then take away the kind of job opportunities of all the nannies in here, the local nannies, right? The local maids, the local Chinese maids, right? Then that would cause lots of problems, right? Some people start to have lose their jobs because their jobs were taken away by other foreigners, right? So these can also then would cause like instability in the society, right? And these are all the problems you have to think hard to prevent, or like you have to at least think of solutions to solve those problems before you're able to open up a gate and allow more foreigners come in here and work easily, right? So these are all like reasons behind why like you cannot allow people to stay in here for 10 consecutive years using a transit visa. I can visit Hong Kong once every 90 days for 10 years visa, 10 years. So I'm not so sure about the Hong Kong visa for American citizens because I haven't really studied that. But I remember like for American people, you guys can just come to Hong Kong without visa. I think Americans can just come to Hong Kong without visa and stay there for is it 30 days or 90 days? Like visa free? Yeah. Is Hainan visa free for Indians? Oh yeah, Hainan is very different, my friend. Hainan is different. Hainan Island. So if you're only visiting Hainan and stay inside Hainan for 30 days, you're not going to any part of mainland China. You can actually stay there for 30 days. So Hainan is very different. Hainan Island. So Hainan Island is just like our Hawaii. Yeah, it's like our Hawaii. You know, the kind of island is surrounded by the sea. You know, that's a island belongs to China, but it's a pretty like standalone kind of island. So if you're only gonna stay in the Hainan Island, you're only gonna do a shopping trip in there. You know, many countries can have like visa free, just come in there and then stay for 30 days. So still, you have to take a look at the website. I don't really remember if Indians are part of the 30 countries, my friend. Yeah, so still have to search on it. Yeah. You're visiting Hainan this year. Oh, okay. Welcome, my Indian friends, for visiting Hainan. Yeah, and have some shopping trip in there because like Hainan has lots of duty free shopping trip. Yeah, Chinese Hawaii, love it. Right? Yeah, yeah, Sanya, like lots of Chinese people. I'm pretty sure these several days Hainan will be full of people, right? Because that's the Hawaii of China. So whenever you have like public holidays, people will just go to Hainan, right? Just lie down on the beach, enjoy the sunshine, right? And have a coconut. Isn't that sound so cool? Is there a website to look for universities in China for international cities, international students? Well, you can actually just go to the website of each university. I'm not so sure if there is a combined website to look for universities in China for international cities. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm not aware of any website that can look for universities like all the universities in the US. Like you could do so my suggestion to you, my friend, app posture. So first of all, very welcome you to come study in the university here in China. We definitely need more international students, right? To increase the internationalism kind of level of those universities. So you could do this, okay? First of all, just go search on DeepSeek or ChatGPT. You could just ask, depending on your major, you could ask DeepSeek, hey, could you give me a ranking of the universities in China? Okay, then we'll give you a ranking. And also you could say like, hey, give me a ranking of all the universities together with their websites. And I'm pretty sure just within 1 second, DeepSeek will be able to give you a list of universities together with their websites. And then just go to each of their websites and then, you know, search for, they're pretty sure there is an application area where you can just apply as an international student. So lots of university, they do welcome international students a lot. Yeah. You could also do something like this. For example, if there is a particular city you want to visit, right? You can say, for example, hey, give me a ranking of the university in Shanghai. Give me a ranking of the university in Beijing, right? And give me their websites and just go search on their website and see what's the admission policy for international students for those universities, right? Yeah. 啊，主音发音好舒服啊！主业是做什么的？想听听你聊聊主业，没有问题。XX，让我先喝一口水哈，先喝一口水。Okay, someone is asking me, what do I do? Okay, so I have actually said multiple times before my lovely XX for you again. Yeah, so guys, just so you know, I am entrepreneur myself. Okay, I'm entrepreneur myself. I'm working on a few startup projects myself together with my team. Okay, So, for example, said before, if you guys joined me in January, guys would know that like previously, the first project I worked on, still working on, is an AI project that uses AI technology to make photos, like do photo generation, generative AI kind of thing. Okay, made an app of that. And nowadays, we are doing like another second project, which is cross-border e-commerce. Well, actually, just e-commerce, but we use lots of AI technology inside it as well to help us increase the efficiency level of our e-commerce. Okay, so nowadays, Terry, do you still remember that, right? Louis the cat. Yeah, exactly. So, like for example, right now the major focus is on um, cross-border e-commerce. So the reason I could also share a bit of personal story about that. Okay, the reason why we switched the focus, well, not switch the focus, well, actually more like by allocating more focus to the cross-border e-commerce, is we start to realize one thing, which is if you want to do a pure AI project, like you can no longer do a pure AI project like before, right? If you were doing it 10 years ago, you could do it as a way like for example, especially when you're in China, right? You can build your business without making any profits, without making any cash flow. Because for the past 10 years, like, or the 15 years to 10 years, right? So that was a period of time there's abundant cash in the market. So there are so many VCs, so many investment institutions who are out there just looking for good projects and they're willing to give you money for you to build your project as long as you're able to tell them a good story, as long as you can show you are a very capable person. They don't care whether your business is making money or not. What they're seeing, the kind of logic behind making all the investment is about whether there will be any investors who are able to invest next round to your business at a higher valuation. And by doing that, then they're able to exit by earning money. Okay, so it doesn't really matter whether your business is making any cash flow or making any money, it is fine. They will still invest. However, starting from like 5 years ago, the whole environment really changed. The kind of mentality nowadays is not about like whether your business you are able to sell your story to some future investors and the next round of financing at a higher valuation. The mentality is different because when you're looking at an overall macro environment where it was not like before, right? We're in the upward trend like before, like everything is just growing and booming, right? You don't worry. Like also you look at the property price, the market price, everything is having lots of like price increase. You look at the stock market, it's having price increase. You look at the property market, it's having price increase. The reason behind that is we are having quantitative easing in all the countries, right? Basically, all the countries are just spreading money, right? They're putting lots of economic stimulus to the countries, doing all the money printing. So as a result of that, you have abundant cash flow out there in so many different people's pocket. And when they have a lot of money, what they want to do? They want to find a place to place the money so that the money can earn money for themselves later on, right? So that's why, like, in the last like 10 years, right, for the past 15 to past 10 years, there were plenty of money inside the market. So many, financial institutions who are out there looking for good investment opportunities. And then that's why when they saw a startup project, they don't value you in the sense that whether you're able to make money. So, for example, one of the biggest e-commerce platform here in China is JD.com. Like I have mentioned multiple times, right? I personally am a huge fan of JD.com, right? And Jingdong, 大家都知道 Jingdong, 对吧? And JD.com, you guys need to know it. The moment JD was listed, okay, when JD was listed in the main board, wait, was it first listed in Hong Kong and the US? Right. So like when it was listed up till the point that was listed in the US, it was still not making profit. It was still a company that was losing money every year, and still it was able to be listed in the main board of in the US, right? So that's the kind of logic back then. Like people, investors didn't really care about like whether your company is making money or not. They're still willing to invest in you, right? So back then, lots of people, what they did is that they made a very fantastic pitch book, and now they're just pitched to the investor and talked about their dream, right? What are the things I'm about to build, and as long as you're able to tell a very sexy story and you're able to get money, because there are too much money, like I said, in the market out there, right? However, nowadays what happened is right, we know that in the US, like interest rate was like they were raising interest rate over the past 5 years. So no more money printing, no more quantitative easing. They're actually just recycling all the money from the market back to their own pocket. So there's less money, less cash inside the market. So investors also at the same time don't have enough money, don't have enough money. Okay, you're asking a pretty good question. EXONYTE. Not so sure about that. Okay, this now becomes an economic lesson. Yeah. So like so you don't have enough money inside this market. What happened is that investors also has less money. When they have less money, then when they start to make investments, they are no longer like before. They become a lot more cautious when they are making investments. So they have to carefully examine whether your business is really making money. Are you able to be self-sufficient? Right? Are you able to just make a living yourself without my money? They care a lot about that. So it's not that easy to get the money from investors like before. They would see like, okay, you know what? I have to see like, because before they would not worry about the next round of financing, right? I'm pretty sure there were other investors who are able to just buy the kind of shares I own from my hand, and I'm gonna exit very easily. Nowadays, it's not easy to exit a startup investment. So that's why they pay a lot of attention on whether this business can make money. Okay. So if the business can make money, then okay, it should have no problem to be sold to some other investors in the next round, the shares if it right. And then I can make money by doing that. So that's why nowadays the kind of logic of doing startup is no longer like before. It was never about, okay, I have a big dream. I have a sexy story. I'm just going to do whatever it takes, burn lots of money in order to realize the dream. Okay. Nowadays, it's more about like when can I make cash flow? How quickly can I earn money? How quickly can I prove that I can make money very fast? So that's why like we have to switch focus from the austerity to alchemia right now, because like I said, austerity is kind of project that really requires burning lots of cash. But the fact that nowadays it's not so easy to get financing in the market, then it's pretty hard time to do a business like authority, right? So that's why like we switch focus to alchemia, because that is like easily cash flow kind of generating kind of business. Like as long as you're able to sell the stuff, like you're able to get cash flow. And also at the same time, that's also the kind of business that is like easy to be scaled, right? Alchemia. So for those of you who don't know what alchemia is the kind of startup project I'm working on right now. That is a website. It's called alchemia.love. Okay. For those of you know, can actually type it in the comment area so that other people can see it. Alchemia.love, that is the website. I'm also going to have also opened a TikTok shop. And also very soon we'll open up the Retinol shop. So as long as I open these shops, like as long as we're able to sell those beautiful accessories, we have cash flow very easily, right? As long as the business model, yeah, alchemia.love, exactly. Yes, just type HTTPS slash slash and then alchemia.love. That's how you're able, or just do alchemia.love. Directly put that into the website and you're able browser, you're able to see it. Yeah, exactly. Christy Little C, thank you so much. Right. So that's how you're able to so as long as we're able to run this business smoothly, has as long as we're able to prove that cash flow generation is like easy, is like not hard to get positive cash flow from doing this business, then what we can do next. We can definitely scale up, right? We can not only just sell accessories, we can open up another store to sell some other stuff, right? And then like it is gonna be a very easily scaled up kind of business. But basically, the kind of logic behind that are the same, right? If you're able to sell this, then you're able to sell other stuff as well, right? Then it's all about scale up, right? It's all about building the team, hiring more people, and this team is responsible for like alchemia. That team is responsible for eldamia, for example, right? And that team is responsible for el Chivia, for example, right? All those kind of different things, and different things are like behind every brand, there are just different kind of products, right? Okay, so that's kind of thing I'm doing. Makes sense, right? Okay. Yeah, guys, time to tap the screen to sending likes. Okay. Sorry, it was so you know, focus on sharing what I'm talking about. And it would be great if you follow me if you haven't followed me. Yeah, and also keep on tapping the screen to sending likes, okay? Keep on tapping the screen to sending links. And also, yeah, I have a question. In China, you pay what you see or you pay plus tax on top? You pay what you see, Wesley. Here in China, you pay what you see. And our on our price tag, we don't show anything like tax because consumers don't pay extra tax when we buy things in grocery stores or buy in like department store. Okay? So business would have to pay tax, okay? For example, when they are selling stuff to us, the business then will have to pay tax. They call it value add tax, something like that. Okay? However, here, like in China, consumers don't pay extra tax. So that's why, like when we go to any store, so we don't pay any extra tax on top of everything we see. Yeah, on top of everything we see. Okay. So tax is included. It's not like that, Wesley. It's just a consumer don't pay the tax. It's like the business they pay the tax. So it's not like taxes included. It's more around like we just don't pay the extra layer of tax. And also, I have previously studied the tax structure, and it's very interesting. Like in here, like business tax is the biggest chunk of all our entire like tax system. However, in the US, I think like consumer tax or individual tax is half of all the tax revenue. So if you look at the tax structure of the USA, well, as a matter of fact, like half of the tax revenue income comes from individual tax. Here, like majority comes from business tax. It's not coming from individual tax. Individual tax actually comprises a very small portion of our entire tax revenue. Yeah. Okay. It is tax, but it's not itemized, but you still are paying tax. If you're so, okay, it's a pretty complicated thing. If you're gonna dive really deep down, right? It's for sure like everyone is paying tax. It's just like who like out of the entire process, like who's the one who are paying tax, and no matter who is paying the tax, indirectly, the kind of tax will be transferred to ultimate consumers. So that's why we also said that you have like tariffs out there, right? And even though like you say, oh, these tariffs are introduced to target at Chinese people. However, what truly happens is eventually it's the consumer that's going to pay for the tax. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Guys, you know what? So thanks so much for coming in today. I'm going to end the live early today. Okay. Usually it's 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. every day China time. However, because it's public holidays, I am having my public holidays as well, my friends. So that's why like I'm gonna play it very relaxingly. So that's why like tomorrow, no guarantee. Okay, really depends on the mood. Okay, depending on the mood. If I am in the mood, I will start the live stream. If not in the mood, then no live stream at all. Okay，中国人啊，Kiki 是中国人，土生土长中国人。上海人啊，阿拉是上海人，要听得懂上海话就晓得阿拉是老正宗的上海朋友。OK，yeah. So like I'm gonna enjoy my May 1st holiday. It's a pretty good weather today. It's a really good weather today. So I'm definitely go outdoors today to absorb all the sun energy, right? Increase all the young energy in my body, right? So definitely gonna say goodbye to you early today, okay? Yeah, no guarantee whether there's live stream tomorrow. So if there is, then you're gonna be able to see me. If not, then no, okay? Yeah. 鲸鱼小囡，哎，侬哪晓得我是鲸鱼啊？我晓得是鲸鱼啊，小辰光来鲸鱼是旁边长大啊。Okay, yeah, okay, all right, Chris. Thank you so much for asking me to stay longer, please. But it's my holiday. I'm gonna enjoy my day. Yeah. Okay, so work hard, play hard too. Exactly, Louis the cat. And thank you so much, my friend, for coming today. And for those of you who haven't followed me, don't forget to follow me. Okay, don't forget to follow me. And I look forward to seeing you in the following days. Okay, I look forward to seeing you in the following days. Bye bye, my friend. Bye bye.